Hi, Memsaabs, back again to talk to you about motivation, one of the 5 leadership components as described by Daniel Goleman. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the definitions that he shares, and then I'm going to jump into a couple of examples. So the definition of motivation when it comes to the context of being a leader is being driven to achieve for the sake of achievement. And what that means is, what that demonstrates when you are able to actually be motivated or motivate is demonstrating a passion for the work itself and for new challenges. It's also an energy towards improvement, that you're always wanting to improve, and you're demonstrating that by showing your motivation in a particular way. And then it's also optimism in the face of failure. I always have a little bit of trouble with the optimism part, but I did want to talk to you a little bit about motivation and what it means, right? And why is motivation so important to being a leader? Being a leader is so much more than the titles and the success that one receives that's outward facing. So a lot of leaders we see, they have this title, they have they might get called in for interviews on media channels. They're celebrities in their own right, like, of course. And a lot of us might feel like, well, what have they done to achieve that? I want to be like that too. And the reality is there's a lot that happens behind the scenes that gets that person to that point. And that is happening because of their motivation to solve for something real. And they have a love for the work that they do. And that's really what motivation is. Now, what's hard is if you're a younger professional, it's hard to find motivation for the work that you do because you're still learning about what it is that you want to do, right? And that's completely normal. But I will say, even as you get older, you sometimes don't find motivation in the work that you're doing because you've spent all this time, you've gone to school, you might have even gotten a graduate degree to go and do something that eventually you learn that you're not really interested in doing anymore. And that is lack of motivation. And that lack of motivation will not serve one well if they're trying to be a leader, using that work to become a leader. So those are some things that I would consider as being critical, why motivation is so critical to becoming a leader. And an example I would share is actually not so much based in success, but is actually based in failure. So motivation truly shines through when you are facing failure. And this has happened in a lot of the projects that I might have worked on. I've worked with a number of people who have been wonderful at demonstrating motivation, and especially in the consulting world. I mean, in the consulting space, you might come across situations where you might be failing. Your client might be needing you to help turn around a situation that either you caused or that somebody prior to you caused. And you just have to look at the problem and say, I love the work that I do, and I love helping my clients, and I love solving problems. And so I'm going to go in and I'm going to try to see, or we are going to try to see, what the best solution forward is. Now, the motivation here is not so much, I want to get to success and I want to go and make that check that the client will pay because we succeeded. That is a part of it, because everyone has to keep the lights on. But when you are being motivated, it has to be something extremely basic that goes beyond, I need to make money. I need to become a celebrity, or I need to become this or that. It's not about what you want to become. The motivation needs to come from, I need to solve this, or I need to work on this because I love my work. Even to the point where making this video, creating Memsaabs, all that is, my motivation there has actually stemmed in simply the fact that I want women to start seeing themselves as leaders. That's the problem that I'm trying to solve. And if you talk to anybody that I know, I'm going to give a shout out to Jason Smickle here in this video. I interned for him many years ago, and I'm completely terrified of being in front of the camera. I used to do it earlier on in my career, but as I grew older, I was very self-conscious, and I just was not, I didn't like making videos. But I'm making this because I want to motivate women. that's my motivation, is I want to motivate women, especially South Asian women who have been in many other ways demotivated. So motivation is critical to becoming a leader. It's critical because it takes you outside of yourself and it puts focus on the problem that you're solving for. So that's my bit on motivation, one of the 5 critical components of leadership. Next up is going to be empathy, one of my favorite topics. So if you like this video, go ahead and share, like it, and go ahead and comment as well, and let me know what you think. Talk to you soon. Bye.